Good morning, QMS students, board members, parents and community guests. Please stand and join me in recognising and thanking your teachers and our staff for all their hard work and efforts this year. And I'll now invite the platform party forwards and into their positions. We have the Director of Academics, Senior School, Ms. Amara Armstrong, the Chair of the Board, Mr. Lurie, and the Head of School, Mr. Robertson. Please join me in welcoming them. And now they can almost taste what they imagine freedom to be. Please join me in welcoming the graduating class of 2022. Thank you. Please be seated. Welcome to our Speech Day Awards ceremony. Before we begin, we acknowledge that these lands upon which we stand were home to our greater First Nations family for many centuries, and we respect and cherish this ability to work together on them. I passed a parent yesterday who was brimming with excitement about this moment, reminding me it has been 2 years since we've been able to do this. And as I gaze out this morning and look at you, I'm reminded there's no substitute for live performance. No screen that can distribute the emotions that will move through the air over the next hour or two, or three. Just joking, just joking. We'll be quicker than that. Please help put some wind in the sails of this ceremony by joining the senior concert band and school choir who will lead us in singing O Canada. Please stand. Thank you. Please be seated. Mr. Robertson.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I still don't tire of that lovely sensation, particularly with the kindies and the littles. When you say good morning to them, they always say, "Good morning, Mr. Robertson." I love it. Having spent my life working with teenagers, it still remains a highlight of my QMS experience, I have to say. Lovely to see you all here today, blessed by the sun, and a really meaningful ceremony, I think, in prospect. So I'll start my address. Honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, staff and students of Queen Margaret School. Most of us these days have been on the receiving end from time to time of a link that is doing the rounds, or a YouTube that's gone viral. About 10 years ago, someone sent me one, and yet I still get moved every time I talk about it. It's called The Power of Words, and it's about a blind man sitting in a city square with a sign and a little tin for donations. It's actually set in Glasgow, Scotland, so needless to say, there's not much money going into the tin. A young woman comes along and you hear the click of her heels stop. You see her green patent leather shoes too. She stops, picks up his cardboard sign, turns it over, pulls out a Sharpie and writes another message for him. Fairly quickly, and for the next few hours as the film is speeded up, money starts to flow freely into the tin. A little while later, when she comes back and stops in front of the man, he touches her shoes to recognize her. Then he asks her what she did. "I just changed your words," is her reply. And of course, she had changed the message from "I am blind, please help," to "It's a beautiful day, and I can't see it." It's a simple but powerful idea. The right words can move us to feel and to respond. And of course, the bigger message that I have is, if you change your words, you can often change your world. The right words can stir something in our souls, can inspire us, and ultimately can cause us to behave differently.
And that's the key, behaving differently. It's not about pretty or impressive words in and of themselves. It's about the actions and the behaviors that occur as a result of them. Here at QMS, we want to walk our talk. We want to do what we say we do and be who we say we are. Otherwise, we commit that unwelcome mistake of behaving inauthentically. Authenticity, I submit to you, is always at the heart of meaningful relationships and great communities as well, because it creates the conditions where trust can thrive. And without trust, everything is diminished and diluted. So many of you have heard our values and action statements, but to be clear, when we say be kind, that's a call to action, a way of being, all day, every day. When we say be curious, we're looking for a whole approach to every aspect of your school experience. When we say be brave, we want that to colour how you handle all the challenges that life lays before you. And when we say be you, we mean it. We want you to avoid spending your time pretending to be someone that you're not, and instead celebrate what makes you different from everybody else. If we as a school community commit to those calls to action, then not only will we indeed be the special place that we want to be, but we'll be it for everyone. You'll be relieved to hear, I hope, that I don't need to scroll through all the many highlights and achievements that create the intricate mosaic of a school year, as that has already been covered at our recent ceremonies. It has, though, I have to say, been a marvelous year for the school. With the encouragement and commitment of our very supportive Board of Governors, we embraced the aspiration over 2 years ago to emerge from the challenges of the pandemic stronger than ever. I hope that you all agree that we're well on track to achieving that lofty goal. It has taken real commitment from so many people, and I cannot possibly single them all out. However, one thing is for sure, and that is that it does not happen if we do not have excellent people on our staff, the right people. We are blessed here at QMS, and I'd ask you as a school community to join me in thanking all of the many members of our various staff teams. Too numerous to mention, but join me in thanking them for their superb work again this year, the staff. Back in the country where I'm originally from, and I think most of you have worked that out a long time ago, Scotland of course, the person in my role is often called the head teacher. Ironically enough, not the head of school or the headmaster, the head teacher. And I like that because it's a constant reminder of why you came into this business in the first place. And that's why I know that you'll forgive my bias if I take this opportunity to single out our teachers for a moment. The way that their work makes such an impact is captured beautifully in a quote from a book called The Essence of Teaching that I really like. It goes like this: what nobler profession than to touch the next generation, to see children, hold your understanding in their eyes, your hope in their lives, and your world in their hands. In their success you find your own, and so to them you give your all. Please acknowledge with me these men and women in front of me here who have gone the extra mile time after time and given their all. Our QMS faculty. Thank you. The way I look at it, among the many metaphors that can sum up a life of relevance, I am drawn, ironically, to the one of the dance. Funnily enough, I was admiring the performance of a group of our dancers who performed for the school on Pride Day, memorable Pride Day, a week ago. And I said to Mr. Dickens, who was standing next to me, I just love coordinated dance. And if you know Mr. Dickens, he's very quick. So quick as a flash, he said, is that because you can't do it? True. I digress, but I do want to develop the dance as a metaphor for life. The dance is a chance for you to communicate in a different way, to be in sync with someone perhaps, to be responsive to them, to overcome your fears and inhibitions, to be attuned to the prevailing music of the moment, to express yourself, to be considerate of those around you, to let your hair down even, perhaps knowing that it's only for the duration of the dance, to be a participant, not a bystander, to be alive to your senses, to laugh and to love, to be a part of something larger and more powerful than you, and to rejoice in that notion, and above all, to stay on your toes. Of course, I realize right now that I'm thinking about Scottish Highland dancing, and you're all thinking something completely different. At least I hope. Never mind, it actually still applies. All those components amount to a life of purpose. Show up, step up, and get involved. That's what any successful group or team needs. As songwriter Jackson Browne, whom the older members of the audience may remember, said, opportunity dances with those who are already on the dance floor. I hope that QMS has put all of you squarely on the dance floor, particularly you grads, and that you will make the most of the opportunities that are ahead of all of you. With a bit of luck, the notion of graceful movement went through your heads in all that consideration of dance. Not about the bit about me and dance, but the consideration of dance in general. And that brings up another extremely important and powerful word, the word grace. Sadly lacking in too many human encounters these days, and often, sadly, completely lacking in some of our electronic communications, grace can be defined as easy elegance, courteous goodwill, or sensitivity to another person's needs or feelings. And I'm going to repeat that. Easy elegance, courteous goodwill, or sensitivity to another person's needs or feelings. If we talk about the power of words and the actions that lie behind them, then we should always be considering grace. The world needs more grace. Filter everything you say through that notion. Embrace grace, practice grace, and spread grace. As I close, I want you to remember that the pen has always been mightier than the sword, and that the spoken word, well chosen, has often rallied millions in adversity. Martin Luther King was someone renowned for choosing his words to great effect, as I hope that you remember. What if he had said at that famous Washington rally in 1963, I have a list of memorable or measurable objectives, instead of the epic, I have a dream. In choosing his words carefully, he created an anthem for the ages and an idea that inspired generations then and still does today. So again, change your words and change your world. Never doubt the power of your words, and always use them as a force for good. I hope that you've followed my theme today, because can you imagine a QMS where everybody treats each other with kindness and grace, where we draw inspiration from each other? I can. We're already well along that path, and I thank you all warmly for all of your efforts. But we can, as you know, always do better. We can always be better. I'm going to quote a French author, Victor Hugo, because this quote has always resonated with me. Victor Hugo said, "There's nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come." I put it to you all that the second century QMS idea has come. It's here. It's our time, so let's grab it with both hands and see just where we can take it. Thank you all for a marvelous school year. I'm proud of you. Thank you. I've worked with boards for a long time, and I can honestly say, and some of you have heard me say this, so you know I'm not just making this up. I've never worked with a board that is as so much of a pleasure to work with as a QMS board. It's small, but it's supportive, and it's committed, and it's passionate about trying to take the school somewhere. So it's my pleasure now to introduce the chair of that board. And of course, again, you probably heard me say before that Mary brings a very special commitment to QMS in everything that she's done for the school in the last 5 or 6 years. She's 7 years on the board, but 6 years as chair. Yeah. And so it's my great pleasure to ask Ms. Mary Delury to come forward. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Welcome to Speech Day. Thank you all for being here. On behalf of the QMS Board of Governors, I extend a heartfelt congratulations to our graduates for reaching your accomplishments this year and for reaching this milestone. Under the guidance of our dedicated teachers, administrators, and staff, the students of QMS are thriving. The board extends our sincere gratitude to our head of school, Dave Robertson, and all of the QMS faculty and staff for another wonderful, successful year. We would also like to thank the parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, and other family members and friends who provide love, support, and an unfailing commitment to your success. Thank you all for what you have done and what you continue to do every day. The past couple years have been filled with both interesting opportunities and challenges. As the world moves into a new place, you are also embarking on a new chapter of your life, where you are moved beyond the walls of this school, and for some of you, beyond the comfort of your childhood home. This is a time of much change and great learning. I hope you choose to try many things and experiment with your life, so you're able to find out what you truly desire. Jump in with both feet, even when you don't feel quite ready. Something I have learned is that you will never feel totally ready. But if you don't try, you'll never know. As Richard Branson so wisely says, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure if you can do it, say yes, then learn how to do it later. To our graduates, please come back when you can. Share with us the tales of your adventures and your experiments. Congratulations to you all, and our very best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Leary. I particularly enjoy awards ceremonies, not because of the glitz and the glamour, the moment in the sun, but because today's snapshot of success symbolizes countless hours of unseen, unselfish, or understated effort, capturing a consistent desire for personal improvement. This year, as was a feature of last, we have a number of boarding students who've already begun their journeys home, which involve considerable quarantine time. But they may well be joining us on the live stream, and we will acknowledge their achievements with hearty applause nonetheless. Students, please take a moment to assess whether you're closer to the left-hand edge of your row or to the right-hand edge. I'm impressed so many of you are able to do that without looking. If you're called up for an award, please take the shortest route out of your row. Proceed up the right-hand steps as you look at them, across in front of me to the presenter, where you will shake hands, making eye contact, receive your award, and pause for a photograph before continuing down the steps on your left as you look at them and returning to your seat. If you're part of a group being called up, please stand up as soon as your name is called and then come forward, waiting by the steps if necessary to preserve the order in which the recipients have been listed. You should only have to remember one name. Those in the audience, please wait until the list of award winners has been announced before we show our collective appreciation. If a band member wins an award, they have somewhat of a shortcut to the front, and please loop behind the platform and return to your seat as is comfortable. I'd like to begin by inviting Miss Amara Armstrong to present the first series of awards, which are $500 scholarships for students returning to QMS in grades 8 to 11. There are 4 award winners in this group. In grade 8, the first in class goes to Jula Sun. In grade 9, the first in class goes to Rui Wang. In grade 10, the first in class goes to Shaylee Martin. And in grade 11, in her absence, the first in class goes to Christine Kang. As you can see, Christine is alive, well, and with us. The next award is for excellence in debating. The QMS MVP Debater Trophy goes to Caden Ritter. This is going to be an interesting morning. Oh, Caden is here. Thank you, Ms. Amara Armstrong. Next, I'd like to invite Ms. Anderson to come forward and present the Arts Awards. The Technology and Media Arts Trophy, awarded to a student who has shown exceptional ability to convey art through technology. In her absence, this year's winner is Olivia Guo. For creative exploration and innovation in the visual arts, the Discovery Trophy is awarded to Alexander Monroe.
scenic route, but he's on his way. Awarded to a grade 11 or 12 student for commitment to excellence in the visual arts. The Excellence in Visual Arts Trophy is awarded in her absence to Yuki Jing. The Drama Speaks of Life Trophy for the grade 8 or 9 student who's contributed in a substantial way to the drama program. This year, it is awarded to Mateen Taghi. Awarded for outstanding commitment and effort in dramatic endeavour, the Without Effort There Is No Reward trophy is awarded to Jay Chen. A partnership in theatre arts for outstanding leadership, the Challenge Trophy is awarded to Bria Grounds. For all-round musicianship, the St. Celia's Cup is awarded in her absence to Ashley Hong. For those students who've shown cooperation among themselves in either choir, band, or general music classes, the Cochrane Cup of Cooperation in Music is awarded to 3 students: Kieran Denny, Maya Harbo, and Rose Spivak.
For outstanding contribution to choral music, the Cantabile Shield is awarded to Amy McCracken. Thank you, Ms. Anderson. If Ms. Amara Armstrong could please come forward to present the Honour Roll Awards. These will be announced by grade, and within each grade, I shall call up students in groups, so please hold your applause until I conclude each grouping. For an academic average of 86% or above, an excellent or good effort mark in all subjects, an Honour Roll pin and certificate in grade 8 goes to Andrew Bayan, Angus Hayes, Caitlin McDermott, Drew Stanker, Eliana Linson Graham, Ethan Chen, and Fisher Ingledew. Okay. So what we'll do is I'm going to call up the rest of the grade 8s, and we're going to line up. We're going to have a handshake with Miss Amara, and we're going to line up for a group grade photograph here. And we'll make sure that you receive your certificates, and we can have a photograph by the arch after the awards ceremony. The shuffling of certificates might be time consuming. For academic average of 86% or above, an excellent or good effort mark in all subjects, an Honour Roll pin and certificate in grade 8 also goes to Hannah Kodrick, Hugh Smith, Josh Thompson, Layla Walker, Leon Suboy, Liam Way, Matthias Bannister, Sedona Bond, Wendy Kian, Yukari Stevenson, and Zoe Mycroft, and Maggie Butler-Danaliu. Let's acknowledge our Honour Roll pin and certificate. An Honour Roll pin and certificate in grade 9 goes to Alex Wayne Winterholt,
Carla Karina Badillo Rosales, Jasmine Dale, Liam Lee, Martine Taggy, Ripley Fox, and in their absence, Rose Wu and Sabina Weber Rodriguez. An honour roll pin and certificate in grade 10 goes to Caden Ritter, Charles Balcom, Ember Shelley, Ethan Picard, Gray Kernican, Hannah Cohen, Lexa Pritchett, Liberty McDonald, Maggie Mycroft, Olivia Ephraimson, Yui Ju, and in their absence, Aaliyah Wang, Sophia Le,
Let's go, boys.
Anne Zhu, and Forrest Zhang. An honour roll pin and certificate in grade 11 goes to Amy McCracken, Gracie Williams, Jenna Stanker, Lucy Levine, Mei Ling Parachalton, Safal Kaur, Thorin Coyote, and in their absence to Daniel Lee and Mu Yang Liu. An honour roll pin and certificate in grade 12 goes to Chelsea Yeam, Anna Liu, Joshua Davidson, and in his absence to Jackie Zhang. Thank you, Ms. Emma Armstrong. I'll call up Ms. Donaldson to present the next award. The next award is the Jan Green All-Round Excellence in Sports Trophy. This year, it is awarded to Yichen Gao. Thank you, Ms. Donaldson. I'd like to invite Ms. Dobby, the Director of Equestrian, to present the Equestrian Awards. Given at the discretion of the riding staff to a deserving rider, the Glide Trophy is awarded to Kenya Storfi. Awarded to an outstanding equestrian citizen, the Chris Williams Spurs Trophy is awarded in her absence to Cynthia Sun. Helpful to the coaches and staff of the Equestrian Centre, successful in the equestrian competition, and an honour roll student, the Overseas Old Margaretian Association Trophy is awarded to Song Yi Park. Awarded to riders who demonstrate a strong desire to learn, commitment and passion for the sport, and who actively engage as members of the QMS equestrian community. There are 5 winners of Shirley Burr Equestrian Scholarships: Tegan Yakimowicz, Layla Walker, Alexa Erickson, Colton Barnett, and Song Yi Park. Awarded to a deserving rider in the school horse program who has shown compassion and care for their equine partners, ongoing commitment to improvement and dedication to the sport of riding at QMS. This scholarship has been generously donated by 2 anonymous donors. A Halfley Scholarship is awarded to Claire Noley. awarded to a deserving rider in the school horse program who's shown compassion and care for their equine partners, ongoing commitment to improvement and dedication to the sport of riding at QMS. This scholarship has been generously donated by Louis Garve and Ellen Brown. A Half-Lee scholarship is awarded to Sienna Shirania. This scholarship includes a year's worth of standard veterinary care and $250 towards a SITS show. The Dr. Fritz and Holmes Scholarship is awarded to Bella Kemler. I'd now like to invite Ms. Shirley, who plays a lead role in our service club, to present the major service awards. Given to someone who has demonstrated commitment to service throughout the year, the Murdoch Service Award goes to Anna Liu. Presented in perpetuity in honour of the 15th anniversary of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and awarded to the student or students who show a real concern for others. The Bruce Hicks Public Service Award goes to Mei Ling Parachalton. Shirley. I'll invite Mr. Robertson to present the Palliser Award in History. This $1,000 bursary award is for a student in grades 9 to 11 who shows a passion for the study of history. The Palliser Award for Passion in History is awarded to Rui Wang. school would like to say a few words to introduce the Community Link Award.
Thank you. The QMS Community Link Award is a way for our community to recognise adult volunteers for their undeniable contributions and honour those who, by their demonstrated commitment and example, inspire others in our community to engage in volunteer service for the school. This year's winner of this prestigious award is our very own board chair, Ms. Mary Delury. She said to me 5 minutes ago, I don't know who's winning the Link Award. You haven't told me this year. And I said, oh yeah, I just thought I'd do a secret this year. You'll approve. Mary has served on the QMS board since 2015. As chair for the last 6 years, she has been instrumental in securing the future of QMS. Mary, however, can just as easily be found wandering the grounds of the school with her camera, or sitting in on a Parents Association meeting, or reading to the kindergarten class. Mary's commitment to making QMS the best it can be has been marvellous. Her passion for children and the value of education have allowed her to guide QMS into the next phase of its life. She's been an integral part of bringing co-education to the senior school, of rebranding QMS, of accomplishing a number of key facility improvements, all the while being a key figure in helping to steer the school through the numerous challenges of a 2.5-year pandemic. Listing Mary's accomplishments, however, doesn't capture the hours of thoughtful work, the willingness to lean into change, and the heart to lead fearlessly, all the while keeping the values of the founders of QMS to the forefront. Mary actually embodies the spirit of Ms. Denny and Ms. Geoghegan, and is a very worthy recipient of this award. Ms. Mary Delury. Thank you.
The winner of the QMS Community Link Award will now present scholarships and the Life Award. The recipient of this $500 scholarship must be an international student, must have attended for at least 1 year, and be returning next year. They must hold a B+ average or above, be highly motivated, and a good all-round student who actively participates in the school community. The QMS International Student Scholarship is awarded to Song-Yi Park. This $500 bursary award is for a student in grade 9 to 11 who shows a passion for writing and shows promise in their writing abilities. The Creative Writing Award goes to Lucy Levine. Life as Awards are presented to students who have attended QMS for 6 or more years. This year, the recipient has committed 8 years to QMS. Please come forward, Brooke McKee. Awarded to the grade 11 student with the highest academic average, the Beverly Harrison Cup for Senior Scholarship is awarded to Claire Noley. Thank you, Mr. Leary. DBR, please come forward. The Governor General's Award, averaging all classes taken in both grade 11 and grade 12. The top academic student in grade 12 is awarded in her absence to Cynthia Sun. Awarded to the student who shows courtesy towards their classmates and staff, the grade 8 and 9 Courtesy Cup is awarded in her absence to Sabina Weber. Awarded to the student who shows courtesy towards their classmates and staff, the grade 10 to 12 Courtesy Cup is awarded to Jade Chen. Awarded to the student who, in the opinion of the current grade 12 class, has been especially helpful towards other students at any level of the school. This year, the graduating class of 1986 Helping Hand Award goes to Christine Kang. The criteria laid down by the late Mrs. Margaret Alexander, a former teacher at QMS, and the Foundation include regular and consecutive attendance at QMS, significant academic progress during the school year, and that the student return for the next year. This student must demonstrate... I'm going to pause. Thank you. The criteria laid down by the late Mrs. Margaret Alexander, a former teacher at QMS, and the foundation include regular and consecutive attendance at QMS, significant academic progress during the school year, and that the student return for the next year. This student must demonstrate perseverance and determination to overcome challenges. In addition, the kind of student who embodies the spirit of the school in terms of attitude, effort, and a general concern for others. This year, the Jonathan Scott Memorial Bursary goes to Noah Bird. To the student who demonstrates fairness, self-control, courage, and persistence, the Mutter Cup for sportsmanship is awarded in his absence to Daniel Lee. Awarded for initiative, be that social, green, or service-related. This year, the QMS SCRIC Award for Initiative goes to Kieran Denny. Awarded to a student who demonstrates perseverance and excellent work ethic. The Endeavour Cup is awarded to Leona Willie. Thank you, Mr. Robertson. I would ask Ms. Donaldson to come up to present the house pins. House pins are awarded to students who've shown school spirit, enthusiasm, and dedication to their houses. I shall call them up as a group, so please hold your applause. For Gabe's house, a pin for Ripley Fox. For Hugh's house, pins for Ethan Picard and Gray Kernican. And for Mike's house, a pin for Noah Bird. Thank you, Senator. Please could Ms. Amara Armstrong come forward and present the Honours with Distinction Awards. These are awarded to students who have achieved a 92% or above average and an excellent or good effort mark in all subjects. Please hold your applause until I've called each grade forward. In grade 8, Honours with Distinction is awarded to Abigail Lapointe, Eric Johansson, Sarah Hagan, Sierra Preachshot, and Jula Sun. grade 9, honours with distinction is awarded to Ivana Wu, Kate Schultz, Rui Wang, and in her absence, Valentine Dorr. And also in grade 9, honours with distinction is awarded to Ellie Williams. In grade 10, honours with distinction is awarded to Jade Chen, Kieran Denny, Lucy Cho, Maya Cassie, and Shaylee Martin. And in grade 11, Aaliyah Lalonde, Bria Grounds, Christine Kang, Claire Noley, Davina Burton, Jackson Smith, Maya Harbo, Noah Bird, Songy Park, and in their absence, to Didi Ning, Margaret Chen, and Marie Binden. In grade 12, honours with distinction is awarded to Yi Chen Gao, Leona Willie, Isaac Bird, and in their absence, Cynthia Sun, Abby Liu, who is actually present, and Max Jones. Ross Skelly up to award the boarding shield. This is awarded to the boarding student who demonstrates the ability to cross the cultural boundaries and interact with all boarding students, must participate in boarding activities, and must demonstrate warmth, patience, and compassion to fellow boarders. This year's winner is Chelsea Yeam. Thank you, Ms. Ross Kelly. I'd now like to invite Mr. Robertson forward. Awarded to any students whom the head and faculty consider deserving for their dedication and commitment to the school. This year, the Heads Award goes to Chelsea Yeam. Awarded to the student who best epitomizes the spirit of QMS. This year, the Spirit of QMS Award, in his absence, goes to Tim Nian. Awarded to the student or students by the head, selected by the head and faculty, and must be an outstanding citizen of QMS and to have delivered over and above. This year, the Servite Fortiter Award goes to Charlie Roberts, and in her absence, Olivia Guo. Thank you, Mr. Robertson. And for the award we've all been waiting for, I'd like to invite the chair of the board forward to present the House Trophy. I'd ask the House Captain to come forward and accept the trophy on behalf of their House. This year, the House Trophy was won by, drum roll on the knees please, Gabe's House. Thank you, Mr. Lurie. I'd like to thank the presenters today, as well as our helping hands with the awards. Thank you as well for being such a supportive audience through the awards ceremony. And whether you received an award or not today, I hope that you tasted success and reached your goals this year, and that you look forward to setting some enticing goals next school year. Our senior chamber orchestra, who've been melting so patiently, will now perform Evermore, arranged by Michael Brown.
just a delight, and we're so fortunate to have the musicians that we have of such quality. Thank you all. I'm going to pause for a moment because I think I've made a mistake that I'm going to have to own publicly. So I'm going to go and check with Chelsea Yeam for a second, and I will be back shortly. I'd like to call Mr. Roskelly back up, please. My sincere apologies, Chelsea, for starters. I've made a mistake, and I'd really like to ensure that the correct recipient receives this award. This is awarded to the boarding student who demonstrates the ability to cross the cultural boundaries and interact with all boarding students, must participate in boarding activities, and must demonstrate warmth, patience, and compassion to fellow boarders. This year's winner is Lucia Georgiou. As the curtain falls on another school year and we bid farewell to our grade 12s, I'd like to highlight two of the grad class who made a special commitment to Queen Margaret School at this time of the year, and who've done a stellar job in their roles. Please could the head and deputy head prefects, Chelsea Yeam and Yicheng Gao, come forward to collect a token of appreciation from the school before sharing their reflections with us.
Good morning, everyone. We've made it. As your deputy head prefect for the 2021 to 2022 school year, I'd like to congratulate all the students and staff, and in particular the grads in the class of 2022. This year, I was given the privilege of being the deputy head prefect and to redefine what leadership means to me. To me, leadership is a form of service where the leaders do what they can to enhance the experiences of others. Being a leader is a responsibility that requires a certain degree of selflessness, and as a leader, one must be willing to listen to others, and at times make personal sacrifices if necessary. Throughout the year, I've personally learned to be more open-minded and more flexible when collaborating with others. It is my sincerest hope that the prefect next year will continue to define what leadership at QMS means for themselves and to enhance the student experience with a positive attitude. Now, I'll pass over to Chelsea.
Thank you, Chen. So here we are on the final day of the school year, a year that was nothing short of life-altering adventures and full of accomplishments. We went from having the comfort of hiding behind our masks to, for some of us, seeing each other's faces for the first time. There were plenty of ups bringing us to Cloud 9, but we should also acknowledge the downs that taught us valuable life lessons. Having the honor of being head prefect this year truly taught me so much. As a passionate carrot connoisseur, I can't forget the time when Kenya told me that a baby carrot wasn't actually its own plant, and it's a part of a big carrot. That blew my mind. But in real life, how true is that? We would all do well to remember that we are all a part of something that is much bigger than us, and we all play a part in this community. Having this role taught me what it truly meant to be a leader, and completely changed my way of thought. I used to somewhat fear leaders because leaders I've met did not always have the community's best interests at heart. But after having the experience of being a leader myself, I realized that they should not be feared, and instead should be viewed as role models and have mutual respect for those around them. I realized that good leaders stay true to their values and serve the people they work with, not dictate them. Good leaders lead from within and not from above. To the prefects next year, first of all, congratulations. I'm super proud of all that you've achieved to get here. A piece of advice I'd like to share with you would be to not let the fact that you were selected blur your morals and values. Stay true to who you are and what you believe in. Remember that you're here to improve the school and the lives of those around you. Use your better judgment and be kind to one another. Now to wrap up, we'd like to give our sincerest thanks to Ms. Omara Armstrong for all her efforts she put into making our academic year the best it can be. Maria for all her hard work making sure that everyone keeps their cool and knows what's going on. DBR for his endless encouragement and showing us what true leadership looks like. And finally, Mr. Monroe. The prefects and I honestly could not have done any of this without you. Thank you for your guidance and allowing us the opportunity to grow and develop as people. This experience will be remembered for the rest of our lives. We wholeheartedly appreciate everything you've done for us. Thank you everyone for the unforgettable year. I hope you have an amazing summer and best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea and Yi-Chen. Please do not go anywhere though, because we'd like to begin a tradition of the current head and deputy head prefect passing the torch of leadership to the incoming head and deputy head prefect. I will now call upon DBR to invite the deputy head and head prefect for the next school year to come up to the front.
Thank you, Mr. Monroe. Now this is real drama because nobody knows this other than Mr. Monroe and myself. I'm in a good position of knowing that. Your deputy head prefect for the 2022-2023 school year will be Claire Nolly. These two were chosen by their own prefect group, by the way. Your head prefect for the 2022-2023 school year will be Songy Park.
We're nearly there. You sat there very patiently throughout the ceremony, we now have an opportunity to stretch the legs and also the lungs. The orchestra will accompany us and the choir will support us in singing the school anthem. Please see the lyrics in your speech day program. This is an original composition written for the centennial by Miss Hanson. Please stand.
This is our school, built on a firm foundation. Though the years may pass, we will carry on the strong tradition of service in our lives, that will guide us as we go beyond this time, beyond this place, beyond our dreams. This is our school. Our different strengths and passions give us each our voice, and we follow individual visions of courage in our lives that will guide us as we go beyond this time, beyond this place, beyond our dreams. This is our school, a close community, a home where we feel safe, where we build the special memories of the friendships in our lives that will guide us as we go beyond this time, beyond this place, beyond our dreams. This is our motto, built on a firm foundation. Though the years may pass, we will carry on a strong tradition of service in our lives that will guide us as we go beyond this time, beyond this place, beyond our dreams, beyond our dreams.
Excellent lungs and a great finish to the ceremony.
I'd like to wish each and every one of you a wonderfully relaxing summer break.
Before I pass over, could I ask that all trophy winners proceed to the end of the TLC and have a photograph with Ms. Pickard before returning your trophy to Mr. Emile. We don't have a Mr. Eel who works here. Head down to the end there. If you didn't receive a certificate earlier, please also come forward and find your certificate. I will now call up DBR for his closing remarks.
Please sit down. Remarks will be brief, but the ones I do make are very important. If we had leaders in society who, when they made a mistake, owned the mistake and just admitted to it, and then tried to fix it, rather than just what they do so many times, prevaricating and deflecting and all that type of thing. So, good lesson in leadership from Mr. Monroe today. Obviously, a ceremony like this, and I think this was a particularly memorable ceremony, it doesn't just happen. You know that. You can see what I call an army of willingness that goes behind trying to make it the best it can be. And I'm not going to single them all out, but you would just have to look around and you could see most of the people that have been instrumental in pulling this together. I do want to single 2 people out because they worked long hours to make sure that this was going to be the ceremony that we wanted it to be. And that would be Ms. Maria Jones and Ms. Kim Ludvigsen. So can we give those two Kim was here till about 10 o'clock last night and the printer broke down. These ceremonies, somebody has to take ownership. They don't happen in the classy sort of way that we want if somebody doesn't take ownership. And Mr. Monroe has more than taken ownership of this, of today's ceremony, and done it in his inimitable fashion, a blend of humanity and humor and attention to detail. So I just want to thank him publicly for pulling this all together and pulling this off, as he has done throughout the school year. Thank you. So before I ask the grad class to lead us out, just wait for this now. Your key word here is over. It is my pleasure to declare that the school year of 2021-2022 is now officially over.